I want them all back. I want everyone to come back. It's just a matter of time. And yeah, story, it's got to work in the story.
Don't work with kids. No.
I mean, I was definitely like, oh my God, this is Selena Gomez.
Yes.
But
a minor star.
Yeah, people know her.
Hi. I'm Jonathan from Young Entertainment. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, Jonathan.
Nice to meet you.
We love this show, so we're excited to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So we sort of love at Young Entertainment like masterclass moments where we get to learn from actors. We have a lot of people who really want to act one day. So I'm curious to hear what you sort of learned from each other. So Janice, is there anything that you feel like you've learned from getting to share the screen with David?
Yes, there's honestly so many things. I could rant all day about it. But I think the biggest thing is that, because I did think about it this way, but not in like the deep way that he put it. But there is a really huge thing that he would say to all of us, which is, it doesn't matter at the end of the day what other people are saying, but what matters is the fact that there could be a little kid out there or somebody that maybe had a bad day or is going through a lot, and maybe that kid needs a laugh. And so the fact that we are a part of this and we get to hopefully make him or she feel better, I think that's a deep meaning for me, because I have a little sister. And so when I think of like a little kid, I think of, my little sister.
Great, I'm gonna cry.
I mean, David is so fantastic. He's been doing this his whole life, basically, and so it's really cool to see the professionalism he brings to the job. He's also our boss. He's also our producer, and he really sets a tone on set that is one that is kind and joyful and fun. He's a dad. He's very aware that there are 4 kids in the main cast, and so, he wants them to feel like kids too. And he's super collaborative. Like, it's something that I enjoy so much about playing his spouse, is that we can sort of play off each other and really enjoy that in a way that is really creatively fulfilling.
And David, what have you learned from Janice?
I've learned so much from Janice and the whole cast. Every day is a new learning experience. But when you're working with kids, it really does remind you about the fun of what you do and the joy of what you do. I think when you become an adult, you naturally start to get a little more cynical towards things. But they're a constant reminder that I see how much fun they're having, and it's like this. We are so blessed to be able to be in this profession. There's a lot of really tough jobs out there and a lot of really dangerous jobs out there. And this is not one of them. This is a very fun thing. And they remind me of my childlike joy I had as a kid performing and getting to do it again as an adult. So constant reminder to not take yourself seriously and to have fun in the area you're in.
Yes, fun. We love that. So I'm curious to hear what you all maybe learned from each other while working together. So, okay, maybe if you want to start, Amy, what did you learn from these two?
Don't work with kids. No. Everyone has their own style and energy. And once you're working together for long enough and once you kind of find the flow of things, you can start playing off of people's energy and feeding off of it and playing off of each other. It keeps getting easier with each new episode, because you know each other so well, and even reading the episode before, you know how they're gonna say it because you spent so much time together and you know their character and you know them so well. And I think it's really cool that you get that kind of special connection by just being around each other.
Yeah, I love that. What about for you?
I think these two are so funny, but I've learned from them to not be afraid to try things, because you can always do another take if the joke doesn't land. But I think certain scenes you can improv a little bit and just have a little fun with it. And I think that's a major thing that I've learned from everyone, really.
Improv fun. We love that. What about for you?
I think I've learned that we all have similarities in the way we act. Like, I was about to do a line, and it was like a joint mix of me and Roman, and I was like, should I say it like this? And he's like, that's what I was thinking. And so we do get the same ideas every so often, and I also think it's just so much fun, and I can learn so much from but I don't do that well as an actor. If they do, then I'm just able to learn from them. And I think they're the best castmates on and off of set. I mean,
Aww.
ping pong championships, Nintendo battles, all that. It's just, so much fun.
Yeah, that's great. Is there somebody from the original series who you'd love to see in this series come back? A little guest appearance?
I would like Jennifer Stone, who played Harper, back. I feel like Winter and Harper could have like a total bestie situation. But having her back on the she was just such a fun character and seems like such a fun person. I would love to meet her and have her on the show.
Yeah.
Probably for me, I think Greg Sulkin would be really fun to have, kind of like the cool uncle, maybe. I think that would be fun. And also, like, werewolf, that would be cool to have on the episode. So I think that would probably be really fun.
Yeah,
What about for you?
probably Jennifer Stone for me as well. I was just about to say that, but
Sorry.
you're good. But yeah, I think it would be really fun because I know her and Winter would have a lot of scenes together, and I would really love to just meet her because I'm sure she has a lot of advice for me, hopefully.
Oh my gosh. Everybody. I mean, we have some really fun cameos that, of course, I can't tell you coming up.
We love secrets.
Yes. But yeah, there are so many people that I feel like would really bring a sense of nostalgia to the show. We actually I can say we had David DeLuise come back already, and seeing like the three generations, Jerry and Justin and now Roman, who's a lot like Justin, was really special, especially as somebody playing a new character. It was really cool to see like the history there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I want them all back. I want everyone to come back. It's just a matter
Let's
of
do it.
time. And story, it's got to work in the story. It needs to be meaningful. When you bring someone back people love, you want to do it in a way that's meaningful and not just like, yeah, here they are, bye.
Yeah.
It needs to be meaningful.
Yeah.
So when the story makes sense, when people are available, everyone's busy, we want them back.
On a similar note, can you remember from the original series, is there any like scene or episode that maybe you remember that you felt like was challenging, where maybe you learned something that you're not able to bring to the new series?
I mean, I think inherent to playing playing a married man with kids and now an adult-like figure, it is it is a slight difference. And when I was a kid, especially being a single character, or sometimes I'd have a girlfriend, but I could be bigger and broader and do crazier things, and I didn't have as much restrictions around my character. Now I'm a father, I'm a husband, like there's a certain way I see life and see things. So I wanted, in designing this, rethinking and redesigning this character where he is right now, I wanted him to be a dad that really cares and that is a good dad. Everyone has mistakes, but I didn't want him to be a slapstick butt of jokes kind of a guy. I wanted him to be a caring and serious dad because I want good dads on screens. So yeah, that is definitely a change, but one I enjoy. I'm a dad in real life, so it's been a joy to translate that into my performance.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Did you rewatch any of the original series before you started on this?
Yeah, so I actually watched it with my little sisters when it was on. It was a show that they were obsessed with, and so it was really nice. It was like something we could watch together, and I loved it, as opposed to like some of their other shows. I was like, we're not watching this. They'd be like, how about Wizards? I'd be like, Wizards, yes, Wizards, I love Wizards. So I would like come home from college and watch with them, and so I have fond memories of that for sure. But yeah, I did go back and do some homework, especially when I got the audition. I was like, panic watching a bunch of episodes, be like, what's the tone? What's the vibe? How do I, how do I book this job?
I was gonna say, did you? Was there anything that you maybe took like specifically from like the mom, from Maria Canals Barrera, who played Teresa?
It's so funny because Giada's a new character. I really wanted to honor that, and the writers have done such a good job with really shaping who she is. Like I said to my husband when I read it, I was like, okay, well, she jumps off the page. Like, I think I'll be fine here. Like, this is awesome. So I definitely love being, following in her footsteps as the mom on the show. But Giada was like her own gal from minute one. It's been a blast to play her. I honestly find myself being more and more like her. My husband's like, the Venn diagram between like Giada and Mimi is like becoming a circle. Like, are you gonna start talking in a Staten Island accent at home?
She's a great character. Like, she's really sharply drawn, and like the comedy is just is so great.
Thank you.
Question for you. I think of all the kids you get to spend, I think the most screen time with Selena Gomez in the first episode. Can you just what was that like for you? Was there anything that you learned from doing that you might stick with you throughout the series?
Yes. One of the biggest things that I think Selena has taught me, and the biggest advice she has given me is, and what I really needed at the time too, was the fact that don't let anyone block my sunlight, basically. It doesn't matter what other people may say or think about me, but what matters is what I think of myself and what I'm saying to myself when I look inside the mirror. So instead of saying negative things, say positive things about myself, speak life into myself, not death. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I love that.
Like, I think that was the biggest thing that Selena has taught me, and something that she was super big on with me was the fact that she didn't want me to be so like caught up in what other people may say about me or how they may think, but instead just focus on my peace of mind. So yeah.
I love that. How was it sort of?
I mean, I was definitely like, oh my God, this is Selena Gomez.
Yes.
But
a minor star.
Yeah, people know her. Really, within like 5 minutes, I was like, oh, this feels like I'm with a friend. Like, she's so down to earth. She's so cool. She and David really share that philosophy about wanting to lead with kindness and really setting that example for the kids and with them and for them. And so we had a really fun time. Like, we spent those 2 weeks laughing. It was a blast. But it was really nice for me to see, as the only other adult, like how they really set the tone for the working environment. Something that I really respect.
So in the first couple episodes, your character doesn't know that your husband and are wizards. Of course, Mimi knew.
Yeah.
How do you sort of like authentically sort of play that when you, as the actor, right, have knowledge that your character doesn't?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I, as the actor, always have knowledge my character doesn't because I know what's going to happen to them. But the writers did me a real favor in the first episode because they put me under a spell where I'm frozen. So I didn't really have to pretend like I wasn't seeing much because I was completely frozen, which was also really funny because I made that face in rehearsal and then it just stuck. And they were like, keep that face. And I was like, perfect. Can I have some Botox too? Just like making crazy faces. It was so fun. We had a great time. But I just loved the bit that, like, she's an investigative journalist and she doesn't know that she's married to someone who's not immortal. But she always knows there's something like a little special about him. And so that reveal had such great, like, momentum behind it. They really wrote it in a way that was so fun for me to just be like, what? Like, just totally shocked. So it was a good time.
Oh, that's really sweet. Okay, last question. In one word, how would you describe your characters?
Geek.
Imaginative.
Confetti.
Ooh.
Confetti. Okay.
That's a great one.
I know.
The jacket. It's all very fitting. Do you think you could describe each other's characters?
You can start.
Strong.
Aw, strong.
Describe your character. So many words come to my mind.
You can do more than one.
Misunderstood. Rebellious. Bleeding heart. Although that's bleeding heart. Make it one.
We'll take it.
Yeah. She's a very heartfelt character, and a character that's filled with love, but has never found a system that can help support and encourage that.
That's perfect. That's great.
Thank you.
That's all we got. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We
This was
appreciate
great.
it.
Appreciate
so
you.
Nice to meet you both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck with everything.
Thank you.
Excited to see where the show goes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm excited for you to
thank
see it. It's
Cool.
been a blast.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Everyone needs a little confetti in their life.
Confetti.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.